And delivery once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Today, I'm back with the Success Saturday video series, where here we discuss exactly how to be successful while on the 23% Challenge meal plan. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and dive just a little deeper. All right, first up are Coach D's objectives, meaning things I need to convey to you. In other words, these are some things that we collectively need to accomplish. Now, as usual, I have two objectives. My first one is Coach D's tip, which is basically my short-term objective. Now, ultimately, my tip is a little bit of support, a little bit of advice, a little bit of information, a little bit of did you know? Now, my second objective is rather long-term, and that is to save 1 million animals. Now, in a little while, I need you to hold on. Why? Because I'll explain to you exactly what I mean by saving 1 million animals. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and dive into today's tip, which is get a subscription to a plant-based vegan meal delivery service. Now, I know that may sound like a mouthful, but basically, it's all about being successful while on the 23% Challenge meal plan. Now, allow me to shed a little bit of light on this issue. Now, guys, you probably are already aware and you've probably already experienced some type of meal delivery service. Now, some of us have not, and if that's the case, then I want to go ahead and, like I said earlier, shed a little light on this topic for you. So the question is, Coach D, what in the world is meal delivery? Well, guys, here we go. Meal delivery is a service that delivers meals or ingredients to a location. Now, that location can be your house, it could be your office, it could be pretty much anywhere. But make sure that the location is a safe place for the delivery driver. A few more details about meal delivery, right? You place the order through an app like Uber Eats, Favor, DoorDash, or Grubhub. Then the restaurant works to prepare the order. Then a courier is dispatched by the app to pick up and drop off your order at your door. Now, guys, if that sounds a little confusing, allow me to break it down to you in 4 easy steps. Step number 1, get the subscription. Step number 2, give them a call. Step number 3, they make the food. Step number 4, they deliver the food. Oh, and then here's a 5th hidden step. You eat the food. So yes, guys, it's just that simple. All right. Now, a lot of you may be wondering, all right, Coach D, so meal delivery sounds cool. I don't have to cook. I don't really have to wait for anything. I just have to place the order, have somebody else fix it, and then they deliver it, and then I eat it. Well, guys, some of you may now wonder, well, Coach D, how can I find one of these meal delivery services, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's very, very easy. Step number 1, log on to google.com. Step number 2, I want you to type in vegan or plant-based meal delivery near me. And then step number 3 is hit enter. That's right, guys. It's just that simple. Now, I'm sure you've used Google in the past and you know how fast Google is. So within less than half of a second, Google will give you your desired results. Now, some of us are a little lazy. I get it. So you may say, well, Coach D, I'm lazy and I don't want to look. Well, guys, don't fret, don't fear, right? Coach D is here. I'm about to hook it up for everybody. So I did a little research and I came across quite a few vegan, or we can say plant-based meal delivery services. So what I'm going to do is let you in on a few of them. Okay, now there may be more than what I present here today, but I believe these companies will definitely get you headed in the right direction. Now, if you happen to miss one, don't worry, don't stress, don't fret. All you have to do is click on the description box. Why? Because I'm providing you, excuse me, with a direct link to each of these meal delivery companies. So first up is the Purple Carrot. Next up is Prime Roots. Then we have Trifecta Nutrition. Next up is Mosaic. Then we have Daily Harvest. Next up is Thistle. Then we have the Vegan Garden. And then we have Vegan Out. Sounds good to me, right? Now, moving on. Then we have Sunbasket, Green Chef, Sakara. Next up is Fresh and Lean. Then we have Territory Foods. Next up is Food Flow. And then we have Vistro or Vestro, I'm not sure. And lastly is the Very Good Butchers. So there we have it, guys. 16 different vegan, or we can say plant-based meal delivery services at the tip of your fingers. So, as I've already stated, you have to do very little research. All you really have to do is click on the description box. I am providing you with a direct link to each of their websites. So go ahead, click on the description box, click on the link, check out the website, find a phone number, right? Give them a call and see exactly what they have to offer, and also find out what they're all about. All right. Now, guys, I'm not going to leave you hanging. As a matter of fact, I'm going to help you out even more. So now what I want to dive into are the pros and cons, the good news and the bad news, the advantages and the disadvantages of meal delivery services in general. But first up, let's talk about the good news, shall we? The pros. Number one, for those of us that are interested in losing weight, or maybe you're interested in building muscle, believe it or not, guys, meal delivery services help with portion control. That's right. In other words, they're going to help you figure out how many grams of carbohydrates you're getting, how many grams of protein, and maybe even how many grams of fat. And then, of course, you'll be able to determine, or maybe they already have it listed, the number of total calories that you're putting inside of your temple. Another piece of good news about meal delivery services is that they provide easy to follow healthy meals. Ladies and gentlemen, ultimately your decision to go in this direction, right, is ultimately for your health. Now, some of us could be doing it for the animals, love them, right? And then some of us could be doing it to save planet Earth. Whatever your reason may be, health, animals, or planet Earth, these meal delivery services are providing easy to follow healthy meals. That's right. Now, some of them do allow for customization. In other words, they allow you to put your own meals together. That's right. So when you give them a call, ask them, hey, is it possible for me to customize my meals, or are they already pre-made? But as we can clearly see here, they do allow for customization. So that's another piece of wonderful news. Another advantage to meal delivery services is that it takes thinking out of cooking. Now, guys, think about it this way. How many times do you go into your kitchen, maybe you open up the refrigerator or the freezer, and then you stand there for countless minutes thinking about what you want to eat, right? Or maybe you have a family and you now take a consensus as to what the kids want, what your husband or what your wife wants, what grandma wants, right? So guys, when you get into these meal delivery services, there really is no thinking outside of really what you want to eat, right? So ultimately, this saves you time. Once I read a statistic that simply said that when you decide to meal prep, or in this case, meal delivery, you actually end up saving 3 hours per week. Now, imagine that. What can you do with an extra 3 hours per week? Think about it. All right, now that we've talked about the good news, the pros, the advantages, let's now get into the cons, right? In other words, what's wrong with meal delivery services? What can go wrong? All right, first up, the price may be a little hard to swallow. Now, there are a few reasons why meal delivery services can be a little pricey. Number one, convenience. Number two, government subsidies. And number three, well, supply and demand. Our next piece of bad news or con is that you need to figure out if the service is delivering meals or ingredients. Here's a quick difference. If the service is providing you with a meal, then chances are it's already prepared. It's already cooked. So when it's delivered to your home or office or place of work, right, then all you need is a fork and a knife and maybe a spoon to go ahead and start chowing down. However, if they deliver ingredients, well, guys, there goes your time factor. That means that you still have to cook the ingredients. That's right. So when you give them a call, ask them, say, hey, do you deliver fully cooked meals or do you deliver ingredients so then I have to do the cooking? So that's something that you definitely want and need to find out. Here's another piece of not so good news. Is pictures versus the real thing. Now, we've all seen television commercials. We've all seen images of food, right? And something that they all have in common is that they look really, really good. Beautiful to the point where your mouth begins to water, right? You're hungry. So always understand something, that an image is worth 1,000 words. But when you see it in reality, well, it may not look like the picture, right? So always understand that the food that shows up at your doorstep or at your place of work or in your office may not look like the picture that you saw on their app or on their website. Here's another con, is that yes, you may still have to go to the grocery store. Ladies and gentlemen, when the meal delivery service delivers your ingredients or meals, right, they may leave out some things that you think are important. For instance, I know that a lot of people enjoy dips and sauces and all types of other condiments, right? Well, if that's you, then yes, you may be left out to dry, meaning you may still have to go to the grocery store in order to purchase your favorite dip sauces or condiments. But you can always ask the meal delivery service if they have that as well. Now, don't be surprised if they want to charge you more for those services, right? But ultimately, you'll have your answer. Okay. So now that we've gone over the good news and the bad news about meal delivery services, let's now become a little more educated. Let's become an educated shopper is what I like to say. So 23% Nation, here are 8 questions that I think you need to be prepared to ask once you pick up the phone and call one of these meal delivery services. Question number 1. What's the cost per serving or per meal, right? I mean, ultimately, this is going to determine, the size of your budget. Remember, guys, in order to be successful while on the 23% challenge meal plan, I always suggest that you set up a budget. anywhere from as low as $20 to as high as $100. So when you give them a call, see if their prices match your budget. Very simple. Question number 2, ask them, how much is it for shipping? In other words, how much is it going to cost the courier to transport my ingredients, my meals, my food from the place in which it was produced to where it is delivered? Ladies and gentlemen, you need to find out this information. Why? Because once again, we are on a budget. Question number 3. How does the company source their ingredients? Now, here's something that you may not be aware of, is that oftentimes plant-based meal delivery services may source their ingredients from local farms, which is very beneficial to the local economy. However, they could be sourcing their ingredients from other destinations. So if you really care about your local community, then go ahead and ask them, right? And don't be afraid to hear the answer. Question number 4. Are there optional add-ons or other personalization options? Now, this is something that you need to be aware of, because if they do allow for personalization or customization, then yes, you could probably rearrange some of the things. They may allow you to substitute this for that, right? You never know. But it is a question that you definitely need to ask. Question number 5. Does the company cater exclusively to vegans, or does it also offer meals for other diets? Guys, you got to understand something, that you may be participating in the 23% challenge meal plan by yourself. However, you may be married, you may be in some type of relationship, or you may just live with your whole family. So here's the thing. You need to find out if they only deliver vegan options, which will be specifically for you, but then what about the other people that you live with? Of course, we don't want to leave them out, so yes, we definitely want to find out what other types of offers they have. Now, here's another reason why you really need to know this information, is because if they are cooking meat and other animal products, it's very possible that they could be using the same cooking wares. That's right, to prepare their meat-based options as well as their plant-based options. So this is very important information that you need to be aware of. Next question is a subscription mandatory? In other words, do I have to pay to play? Right? Guys, you need to know this. Maybe they do require a monthly subscription, right? Or ask them if you could pay by meal. You never know until you ask. So that's a very important question that, once again, we need to be aware of. Question number 7. Do you deliver fully prepared meals or only ingredients? Now, I kind of hinted on this before, but ladies and gentlemen, 23% Nation, we have to be educated shoppers. So when you give them a call, find out what exactly is being delivered to your home, office, or place of work. Are you going to deliver an actual prepared meal, or are you going to only deliver the ingredients, which means I still have to cook? So once again, this is very important information that we definitely need to be aware of. And question number 8, last but not least. Now guys, this is somewhat of a trick question. Here it is. Do your vegan meals contain cholesterol? Now guys, I'm going to use this as an opportunity for a teaching moment. Here's what you got to know about plant foods. It's good news. Guys, plant foods contain 0, and I do mean 0 cholesterol. As a matter of fact, cholesterol only comes from animal products and meat. That's right. So if you're eating a fully vegan plant-based meal, then there should be absolutely 0 cholesterol. Now, here's the thing. The reason why you want to ask this question is simply because you need to know if they are authentic. Are they telling the truth about their vegan options, right? So if the person on the other end of the phone says, well, yeah, it contains a little cholesterol, well, then you should automatically know that that is not 100% plant-based. As a matter of fact, it probably contains some type of meat and or animal product, or maybe even a byproduct, right? So you need to ask, and again, it's a trick question, not for you, but more so for them. So there we have it, guys. 8 questions to ask when you call your meal delivery service. Why? Because we need to be educated shoppers. All right, let's now dive into Coach D's long-term objective, which is to save 1 million animals. That's right, guys. It's a big number, but trust me, we can do this. Now, recently, I came across an amazing website. It's called vegancalculator.com. Now, if you want, you can always click on the description box, right? Go visit the website. It's amazing because here's what they say. Vegancalculator.com simply says that eating a 100% plant-based meal plan for 7 days saves 7 animals. That's right, guys. We're going to save some animals. Now, little do you know, the 23% challenge meal plan is 100% plant-based. That's right. So if you love our fellow earthlings, if you love your furry ones, right? Your cat, your dog, your hamster, your gerbil, your parakeet at home, then guys, let's now figure out how we can save these animals. All right, but before we dive into that, a lot of you, 23% Nation, may be wondering, all right, Coach D, I get it. You want me to eat plant foods for 7 days so that we can save 7 animals? Okay, cool. I like it. I'll join. I'll sign up. Okay, you get my vote. But what I really want to know is, what type of animals am I saving? Well, look no further. The answer is right here. So the first type of animal that we are looking to save are those animals that are normally eaten as food. Right? So we're talking about your typical farm animals. We're talking about the cows, the pigs, the chickens, the lambs, the goats, the bunnies, right? Now, there is another type of animal that we're looking to save. And it's those animals whose natural habitats are destroyed because of how we eat. That's right, guys. Now, at this time, I want to cite another movie. It's called Cowspiracy. In that movie, they basically talk about how dangerous animal agriculture is to planet Earth. Now, what's animal agriculture, you may be wondering? Well, guys, animal agriculture is basically a 2-step process. Step number 1, create more animals for food. Step number 2, clear land to grow crops so that the animals can then eat that food, right? Well, here's what we've come to understand, is that animal agriculture, because of those 2 processes, is the biggest contributor to water pollution, air pollution, ocean dead zones, species extinction, right? I mean, you name it, they're pretty much destroying the planet. And unfortunately, if you partake in their products, right, then you indirectly have a hand in helping to destroy the planet. So guys, these are the animals that Coach D is definitely looking to save. So in a nutshell, I'm looking to save all the animals, whether they walk on the land, fly in the air, or swim in our oceans. 23% Nation, I need your help. Now, to be exact, I need 145,000 people to partake in the 23% challenge meal plan. Now, here's some good news, is that the meal plan is only 7 days long. Now, some of you may wonder, well, Coach D, which 7 days? Well, guys, it's the first 7 days of every single month, the 1st through the 7th. That's it. 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, Coach D, I like your plight. Coach D, eating plant foods for 7 days is easy. So guess what? I want to help. Well, guys, if this is you, then I have some amazing news for you. I have actually teamed up with Fiverr.com. I have my own gig there. Basically, it says I will create a 7-day plant-based vegan meal plan specifically for you. Now, here's the good news. It's just not any old meal plan. As a matter of fact, it's customized. That's right, it's customized specifically for you. You're only going to be eating the plant foods that you already know and the plant foods that you already know eat and love, right? Now, it doesn't end there. You will also get a nutrition report, a health assessment, and yes, a workout program. Now, the workout program is amazing. Why? Because it's going to allow you to do one of two things. You can either tailor it for weight loss, right? Fat loss, right? Inches loss, or you can tailor it so that you can maybe build some lean, mean muscle tissue. Ultimately, the decision is yours. Now, if you are at all interested, once again, I am going to ask you to click on the description box, and I'm going to provide you with a direct link to my gig on Fiverr.com. So guys, do me a favor, click on the description box, click on the link, check out the gig, and go ahead and place your order today. It's time for our question of the day. This comes from yours truly and the rest of the 23% nation. We have inquiring minds. We want to know. So guys, what did you learn about plant-based meal delivery services today? I believe I covered a lot of information, so just let me know at least one thing. And please write your answer in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. And please, don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's hashtag eat more plants. As stated earlier, my name is Coach D. I'm signing out. Always remember to take care. God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.